lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome, race fans, to the Racers Elite Truck Series, just outside of wine country in Napa Valley. We embark on Sonoma Raceway. I'm Alan Bergen, just south of St. Louis in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio. Alongside with me tonight, my broadcast partner, Colin McDonough. We're going to go as Blair Holloman did Blair Holloman things at Pocono last week and picked up Pocono. He's out in the field, so tonight we'll have a brand new winner. And Colin, I want to welcome you into the booth as we're going to get ready to go left and right here in Sonoma. But how's it going, buddy?
It's going, Alan. I'm really excited to be here covering the Sonoma race. What a fun track. A lot of elevation change, a lot of blind corners because you can't really spot the exit of your of the corner with how the crest of the hill is. So it's really a challenge, a lot of feathering the throttle, and I'm very excited to be here tonight.
Well, taking a look at the road, the race info, right now it's 69 degrees here in California and 75% relative humidity. Now, we're up in the mountains, so that really doesn't matter too much because it's a dry wind. It's a dry heat, right? But right here,
Yeah.
this track temperature is what we're looking at here. Now, this road course is 11 corners to the old NASCAR style road course because they ran in two different versions. But 105-degree track temperature, it is slick. And you mentioned that elevation change. But right now, as we are about midway through qualifying, so far Troy Thomas has the fastest lap in qualifying. So everybody's trying to beat that 1 minute, 18-second lap. And we're going to go ahead and get down to the racetrack. Oh, we're going to fix this real quick. Gotta love it when, live timing just wants to do what it wants to do. So far, 16 drivers are signed into the pits tonight to do battle. As Troy Thomas has finished up his lap, let's see if we can catch another driver. Kyle has. He might be the lucky contestant on who can we catch doing a lap here. So far, Troy Thomas on the pole with a 1 minute, 18-second lap, while Kyle Hess is working on his first lap here. And here we come down into turn 11. Colin, this is going to be the tricky corner of the night. As you're going to come out of the S's and you're going to have to shift all the way down to first.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. I think I personally like the safe bet in turn 11 of just leaving it in second and sacrificing a little bit of pace for it. But it's going to be interesting to see multiple drivers, if multiple drivers end up in turn 11 at the same time, what will become of it on exit.
Well, right now we're at I believe that's turn 7 right here. We're riding along with Sean Dunaway in a 01 Gatorade truck as he's going to come through the S's. So far, 10 trucks have taken time. Troy Thomas has put it on the pole so far. It's a minute, 18 seconds. Now, Blair Holloman, once again, not in the field tonight. As a lot of people don't like running road courses, or it may not be their forte. But you can see right here on the dashboard, he's third, second, all the way down to 45 during second gear. Now, a lot of guys, they'll vary that corner. They'll either take it in first or seconds. Now, if you go down to first, you run the risk of, wheel hopping or getting on the gas too early and getting the truck loose. Here we are, Andrew Tuft. He's going to be another prime example. Driver out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. The chief cook and the bottle washer. He's down to third, second, and it's amazing how you're going to come from 100 plus miles an hour and essentially get all the way down to highway speed.
You're getting down below highway speed there, Alan.
As we're going to check and see if any more drivers are taking time. And Colin, I'm glad you showed up here tonight. I'm glad you're able to come here tonight and join me in the booth, as we're going to have some awesome camera views. We got about 3 minutes left to qualifying. We want to thank everybody for making Sim Racing Media and the Racers Elite Truck Series your entertainment destination here on Tuesday night. Colin, I had a chance to do some practice laps on here, and boy, this track is so technical. It is beyond. You got to be skillful to run this racetrack.
Yeah, it's really a challenge, and it helps to have a ton of laps on the track to really know right where you are and right where you want to be without being able to see where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Races Elite Family Racing have essentially a short week this week, as we got tonight's truck race. You can join Angel Santiago and Troy Thomas tomorrow night with the Racers Elite Xfinity Series, as they are going to Dover Motor Speedway for their race. Colin, you're going to be in that field, and
I
then
plan to be. That should be a fun one.
well, then Thursday night they're off on. So the Racers Elite Cup Series is off for Halloween, so it's going to be a spooky good time. But nonetheless, tonight after this race here, you can catch Dave Regal on Tuesday Night NASCAR, as he's bringing you all the action from, well, it's deja vu for him. Because he is he's back from Homestead. He's going to be in the booth there, over there tonight, and I'm just, they cannot wait to welcome him back with open arms. Nonetheless, we got about 15 seconds left in qualifying. And right now, we're going to go over those. Once we get it there we go. We're going to go and once these guys get into their grid, 10 minutes worth of qualifying. And we'll show you how it all shakes out when they get gridded up here. Here we go. It's going to be a hot one. 45 laps around this road course. Colin, there is no cautions on road courses with the Racers Elite Cup Truck Series. Why?
That's right.
Because cautions would, like, if there were cautions, it would essentially take 4 hours.
Yeah, cautions will really throw off the flow of road course racing, and they tend to not be necessary, because most of the time you're going off the racing surface. You're going to end up somewhere in the sand, out of everybody's way. So local yellows are really all that matters.
Well, just as we could say that, here's our starting lineup for tonight. Troy Thomas out of Boone, North Carolina. He'll put it on the pole with Sean Dunaway to his outside. On the inside of row number 2, it will be Chief Cook and bottle washer here at the Racers Elite. That's Andrew Tuft out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island. Kyle Hess out of Memphis, Tennessee will put it on the outside of row number 2. Truce Hoke out of Hickory, North Carolina will be on the inside of row number 3. Alongside of him is outsider's teammate from Hudson, Illinois, will be Rowan Lloyd. On the inside of row number 4 will be Lee Campbell, and outside of Lee Campbell will be Rob Yost Jr. in that number 83 car. Dennis Kane will be starting on that ninth on the inside of row number 5, while Jesse Fox will start on the outside of row number 5. On the inside of row 6 will be Justin Branham, while Kinsley Smith will start on the outside of row number 6 in that 12th position. On the inside of row number 7, the other half of the Tuft brother duo out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island will be Alex Tuft. And our brother from the north, Philip Archibald, will start 14th. As we're going to move this along, here we go. As right now, let's see here. Where was it? Oh, Kirby Wainscott will start 16th. Nathan Strauss will start 16th and 17th on the grid. Not taking the grid will be Papa Sean Merriman. That is your 17 truck starting field here tonight.
I'm a little bit surprised to see Sean Merriman not take the grid. He had some real good pace in practice.
As we work our way down through the S's. And there's only going to be one thing left to do. You know what that means? That means we're getting ready to come to green flag racing. They come down through the S's. Colin, the most difficult part of this racetrack will definitely be at the top of the speedway.
Yeah,
Troy Thomas, Sean Dunaway on the pole.
think navigating these first few corners on the start is going to be really nerve-wracking for some of these drivers.
As the field gets ready to come down out of turn number 11, there's only one thing left to do. So white visor, pull the 5-point harness. That's Colin. It's showtime here in wine country to the Geico restart zone. 3, 2, 1, and we are not yet. Green flag is out. Colin, at first, everybody gets through that first lap. We have 44 laps to go here from Sonoma. Troy Thomas out to a 1 second lead already over Sean Dunaway and Andrew Tuft. And, you know, just as we get going here, once again, there's no caution as we're looking at Kyle Heston, that number 86 car, that Black Rifle sponsored Chevy Silverado. And checking into youtube.com live chat, Jesse Fox says, here goes nothing.
Yeah, everybody was really well behaved on that start. So no drama just yet.
I mean, you almost have to be here. So we're going to go on board with Rowan Lloyd, driver out of Hudson, Illinois. He's coming right through the S's at about 98 miles an hour, and then he's going to go to fourth gear. We got a lot of great onboard shots here tonight. As Nathan Strauss showing went off track. Let's see what happened to Mr. Nathan here. And the number 56 truck gets a little too wide. And, oop, around he goes. Wasn't, you know, Colin was no cautions that were coming back on board with Rowan Lloyd. With no cautions tonight, you gotta essentially get that truck turned around and put it in the right direction as quickly as physically possible.
Yeah, but with no cautions, it almost pays to underdrive, because one mistake could undo all of the pace that you gain by trying to push the limits.
Absolutely, as we're working lap number 3, Troy Thomas has set the fastest lap of the race, and well, Jesse Fox showing crash. Let's see what happened to Jesse Fox. And he's up there at the top of the speedway. And he's going to go, and you can't park there. Nor can you park there. Dennis Kane showing went off track. This is going to be at the night of replays. And Colin, I feel like right here at turn 7, that's going to be the turn 7 and the start of the S's. It's going to be calamity corner for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, it's an easy one to lose the back end of these trucks, especially when you're, you know, if you downshift on the brakes and you don't quite get it right, the back end's just going to come around.
Working lap number 4, Troy Thomas continues to lead this race. Andrew Teft has set the fastest lap of the race so far with a minute 19. And I mean, that's about, Andrew told you drivers, that's about where you want to be at, speed-wise, is a 1 minute 19 lap, or minute 19 lap. So, I mean, he's pretty much right on the nail. And, Andrew has, here of late, excelled on these road courses. He feels like he has the best chance to pull off a win here and get himself locked into a playoff spot.
Yeah, Andrew is a very well-rounded driver when it comes to the fact that it seems as though there aren't any tracks that he really struggles on. He's got pace at the road courses for sure.
Well, here we are.
Troy Thomas is certainly they both have a best lap of a 1:19.09. So Troy Thomas is really really showing his stuff out there out front.
Well, just as you say that, Troy Thomas says, well, I can do it better. And Troy Thomas is somewhat of a road course specialist in his own right. As we come back here a little bit further in the field, there's that number 15 Napa know-how truck. That's Kinsley Smith. And he's going to make that. There's that right-hander right there in the S's. And that is a very loose spot on the race course. As you get ready, you're essentially first gear, and then you come down, come all the way back up to the gearbox, and hopefully hit fourth gear by the time you get to the end of the S's. Working lap number 5, we have 40 laps to go here. It's kind of weird saying you got 40 laps to go. We just started. And here, this is going to be where a pass is made at all night long.
Whoa.
As a lot of drivers, look, even in the real world. And I have to take this phone call.
Oh, have at it. Yeah, turn 11 is going to be an awesome passing opportunity for everybody, especially if you're confident on the brakes. Oh, and he puts it around in front of the leaders in turn 11.
And I am back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Hey, look, duty calls. Here we are, working lap number 7. And Colin, here we are. Troy Thomas still leading the thing at lap 8 of 45.
Sure, Troy Thomas got a little bit nervous seeing Nathan Strauss lose it in front of him.
Well, here
Going
comes
into turn
Sean
11. Ooh,
Dunaway.
Sean Dunaway making a big move.
Just to say that, here comes Sean Dunaway, doing Sean Dunaway things. And now Troy needs to essentially run for his life here, as he takes that number 3 truck down to the other hairpin. Sean Dunaway, Andrew Teft, essentially, getting ready to put the hairnet on and serve lunch.
Yeah, Troy Thomas does not have the breathing room that I'm sure he would like to have right now.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
But this is one of those things, Alan, where you start burning up your tires trying to fight for those positions. So I don't know what the best strategy is on this track. I think fuel run is about 20 laps, but you may want to pit. You may want to short pit with this to get some fresh set of tires.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want a set of fresh Dr. Feelgoods on that truck.
Now we're seeing lap times around the 120, 121 mark. Looks like Andrew Teft's still capable of those 119s, but they're about a second off the pace at what they started at.
Definitely here. Working lap number 9 of 45 is scheduled to be run here. I'm Alan Bergen. Alongside me, Colin McDonough. And Colin, Troy Thomas is up to about a second and a half over Sean Dunaway and Andrew Teft. Looking a little bit deeper in the field. Here's a battle for that 6th position with Kyle Hess and Lee Campbell. And this is where we're going to see a lot of those passes. Now, basically, you got to outbrake. Ooh, Kyle Hess gets a little squirrely, as we have 35 laps left in the books. So far, it's been all Troy Thomas since the drop of the green flag. Coming back a little bit further, Rowan Lloyd and Rob Yost Jr. Without his teammate here tonight, Kirby Wainscott showing crash.
Doing the respectful thing and getting out of the way of the leaders.
And you can't park there. Here's Jesse Fox. Let's see what he's up to. And he's going to come down to turn number 11. And you can't park there either, buddy. Here we are working lap number 11 of 45, scheduled to be run here tonight. As we are working our way towards lap number 45, no caution flags here tonight. It's a green flag run from start to finish. Andrew Tufton at number 98 toward the Road Ranger truck. We actually have a Road Ranger here in Benton, Missouri. And, yeah, you get where I'm going with it, right?
I think I get where you're going with some things, Alan.
High above the Sonoma at Sonoma Raceway here with the drone. I don't know why we gave Dave Regal the keys to the drone, but we did. And here he is flying it.
Hey, anything for Dave to have a smile on his face.
I mean, Yes, yes, yes. I mean, I'll take it. Here we are working lap number 12. Right now, Troy Thomas pretty handedly in charge of this race. There we go. That's what we want there. I mean, this race is going to go by pretty quick. We're, 12 laps into a 45 lap race.
Oh, Sean Dunaway just can't quite get there.
Yeah, Sean Dunaway trying everything he can to essentially get around Troy Thomas, and Troy Thomas, like we said at the top of the show, a road course specialist. There's True Token at double nickel. He's holding his own there, Colin, and I'm almost tempted to jump in tomorrow night's race as the Thursday series.
Oh, Andrew Teft gets by Sean Dunaway.
We're gonna check out how that pass happened. There we go. Here we are high above the chopper. And it looks like Sean Dunaway. Ooh, did you see the wheel smoke on that truck? The 01 truck?
Oh, I missed it.
Well, lucky for you, I have the ability to back things up just a little bit. Now, I want you to watch. We're going to back it up to about right there. Okay, Colin, here we go. You see him getting in. There it is, right there. That
Looks
little.
like the rear wheel had a bit of a lockup.
Yeah, we're going to go.
From what I could see.
Right there. There, you see it? And then you can see the front tire just slide. And at that point, there's really nothing you can do about it.
Oh, it was the front. Yep.
And that's how Andrew Tuft gets by Sean Dunaway. Andrew Tuft is really good at outbraking other drivers. Now they're going to try to make this a one. Oh, Troy Thomas has an issue. He gets a little loose coming off of turn 11. Could Andrew Tuft catching Troy Thomas be in the head of? Could Andrew be in Troy's head right now? We're going to see what happened to Kirby Wainscott here. Once again, he's at the top of the speedway, and you can't park there. He's second and first, same as the first. There comes Troy Thomas. Andrew Tuft right on his heels. Getting ready to strap on a hairnet and serve lunch to Troy Thomas. And Troy Thomas is running for his life right now. They come down through the S's.
They both have a ton of pace still.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In 0.456, here comes the break right here, and
Troy Thomas does a great job of placing that truck exactly where Andrew Teft needed it not to be.
Look, I would just be fast enough to be in the way.
Well, right now, that is the goal for Troy Thomas.
Well, right now, we're about 25 laps to go here from Sonoma. And, I mean, we've only been racing for, 20 minutes. Here comes Andrew Tuft. Sliding, I mean, these trucks will definitely get upset if you put them in the wrong area. we get ready to go on board with Andrew Tuft, the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer here at the Racers Elite. Here he comes down through the S's. You can just see that interval right there. Driver out of Hope Valley, Rhode Island, the league owner. As he's 109 fourth gear. Fourth gear, he's going to start downshifting third. And second, 45 miles an hour. Back up to the gearbox. We're going to go one more lap with Andrew. Fourth gear. And this is that elevation change that you've been alluding to all night long. Our lap number 16 is we got 24 laps to go. Troy Thomas right ahead of him just gets a little loose.
Something it might be worth pointing out is how consistent Truth Hoax lap times have been, and how he's slowly catching up to that third place of Troy Thomas. Or sorry, of Sean Dunaway.
Yeah, Sean Dunaway, you know, Truth is one of those drivers, he quietly hangs out, and then when you least expect it, he's right there. So we're on the back deck of Troy Thomas here. He is your leader so far. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and step aside. We're going to go side by side. You won't miss a thing here on Sim Racing Media. I'm Alan Bergen, he's Colin McDonough, and you're watching the Racers Elite Truck Series. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Racers Elite Truck Series. I'm Alan Bergen. Alongside me, Colin McDonough, and we are just south of St. Louis, Missouri, here in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio. And Colin, while we were away on commercial break, Andrew Teft had passed Troy Thomas for the lead, and Troy Thomas is now have to play offense instead of defense.
Well, Andrew Teft got the move done, and I think that I'm not sure what people are feeling for pit strategy. I don't know if people are trying to make this a one-stop or a two-stop race, but if I'm Troy Thomas, I might decide to shoot down to pit road right now.
Well, right now we're working lap 19 of 45, and I would imagine if they're going to go 20 laps with no cautions, you're going to want to come in at lap, I don't know, 25? Maybe to make it a one-stop race and make it to the end.
22, 23, yep.
I mean, so you're going to want to wait as long as you can. Now, taking another look at our weather here. The track temperature is now 102 degrees, and we are under a 69 degree ambient temperature with a 73% relative humidity. As it looks like Jesse Fox is showing crashed. Let's see what happened to Jesse Fox here. Here we are coming down to turn number 11. And Sean Dunaway blocking up the brakes, and Jesse Fox taking it high, wide, and handsome. He's going to lock up the brakes also.
I think he may have had a moment a little bit earlier on.
And that's okay.
But Truth Hoke is quietly and steadily shrinking that gap to third place.
Yeah, there's Truth Hoke in that double nickel. And as you said, that Sean Dunaway right there hanging on to second place right there. As Truth Hoke's got to get around his outsider's teammate, taking no bull from Philip Archambault. And now the only thing that separates Truth Hoke from Sean Dunaway, Colin, is empty pavement. Working lap number 21. I would imagine that we're going to see drivers come down pit road any moment now. So we're going to bring up the track map here, where you can see a lot of your favorite drivers running and where they're running. Once again, 17 drivers took time here tonight, but only 16
must have had a big moment, because suddenly I'm seeing that interval is increased heavily. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong timing.
Oh.
Got me again, Alan. Got me again.
You know what? I'm pretty good at that. Breaking lap number 22, Andrew Teft continues the lead here, with Troy Thomas finishing running in second, not finishing. They're not done with anything yet. But Andrew Teft has managed to open up a 3-second lead over Troy Thomas. There's the eyeball dust. That's what 3 seconds looks like on your screen.
Rob Yost Jr. has hopped down to pit road.
Yeah, here comes Rob Yost Jr. in that JBL sponsored number 83 Toyota Tundra. As he's going to, the right sides are going to go up. They're going to come down. Andrew Teft. You know, I wonder if there's some drivers that they think can make it with no pit stops at all, which I don't think it's.
I can't imagine. I was under the impression that the fuel run was about 25 laps max. So.
And I think that's going to be the magic number. It's going to take us 20 laps to go. Here's we're watching Andrew
Truth Hoke's right on the bumper of Sean Dunaway.
Now here's a battle for third is brewing. As just for a moment there, well, as Truth Hook's going to take third, as Troy Thomas and Kyle Hess are going to come down pit road. There's Troy. There's Kyle. Lee Campbell's on pit road, so I think you're about right with the pit strategy.
Yeah, just to split the race in half.
Or as close to halfway as you can get, right?
Yep.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, well, I don't have to tell you. You can see it there on our live timing and scoring. 7 seconds is what Andrew Teft has managed to open up on Sean Dunaway. But here's the real battle here is we're going to go on board with Truth Hook there in a double nickel. Driver out of Hickory, North Carolina.
Andrew Teft is into the pit road.
And that's going to give the race lead. Well, just as it said, come on. Rowan Lloyd.
Sean Dunaway and Truth Hook both came down pit road. So it's going to be a race off of pit road for them.
And here we go. Now you're going to start seeing pit stops happen.
Looks like Justin Brown, Jesse Fox, Rob Yost Jr., Philip Archibald, Lee Campbell, Kyle Hess. They've all made their stop already. Troy Thomas. Yeah, a lot of lap 22, lap 23 pit stops.
Right now, Rowan Lloyd continues to lead this as we're going to go back out to the live picture, or the wide shot. Lap 24, we're nearing 1 lap away from halfway. As right now, Andrew Teft has cycled himself back up to, well, the lead. Here comes the gap. It's closing. I sounded like the Walmart. You remember the Walmart commercials? Roll in.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a throwback for you.
I'm surprised you remember something that far back.
Yeah, I recall that.
Here we are halfway to this one. Sean Dunaway continues to run second or third. Truth Hook. Now he's 3 seconds back from Sean Dunaway after that pit stop. Looking over here as Andrew Teft is currently working lap 25, getting ready to come to lap 26. Here in just a few moments, you can catch Dave Regal on the Tuesday Night NASCAR Truck Series live from, well, he was just there over the weekend at Homestead Miami Speedway. You know, Colin, I had to blast all week last week. They essentially gave me the keys to SRM, because we now have 20 laps to go. But we had a lot of fun last week, and I kind of wish I had 2 computers set up to do this kind of stuff, which I could have.
Sure.
Then I could be Fred Flintstone and be two places at once.
I can just see it now. You on your office chair, just sliding back and forth between two different microphones, doing two different broadcasts.
It would be fun. Here's Philip Archibald, turn 11.
Whoa.
And, oh!
Oh,
No Bull meets Red Bull.
that's too bad.
No harm, no foul. Alex Steps showing crest. Let's see what happened to Alex. Here he is a little bit further up the road. Coming down to turn number 11. Braking tires, and around she goes.
It is.
I mean, if he would have stayed in the gas, he probably would have dirt tracked it around there.
I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's what once these trucks start to go around, it just, especially on a right-hand turn, it's hard to get them back.
Coming to grab 19 laps to go. Andrew Taft leads Troy Thomas with over 3.5 seconds here. Sean Dunaway currently residing in that third position, while Truth Hoke is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at this truck tonight. And, you know, Truth is one of those guys, he wants to be perfect on these road courses. And he's definitely, you know, he strives to be great at a lot of these places. And he holds his own, just runs into some bad luck and trouble seems to find him.
Oh, we're taking a peek at Truth Hoke as Sean Dunaway trying to get on the bumper of Troy Thomas.
Yeah, we're gonna actually go on board with Sean Dunaway right now. There you go, as you see the eyeball test there.
And that's the kind of gap where, unless you have great discipline, you'll start to overdrive the truck trying to get to your rival. Great battle between them.
Yeah, absolutely. As we got 18 laps left here to go.
And Sean Dunaway is on 1 lap newer tires than Troy Thomas, so that, yeah, if he can get that overtake done quickly, oh, like that is, what a move. Oh my goodness.
Well, just as you say that, we're gonna come back out to the wide shot. 18 laps to go. Sean Dunaway overtakes Troy Thomas there for second.
That
Let's see
that
how
was
that
a
happened.
great piece of driving from Sean Dunaway. That is a really easy spot on the track to lose the truck with that elevation change, and just gave him plenty of space on the outside.
Did you see how much that truck came off the ground?
Yep.
Back out to the live picture here. There's the weather once again. 102-degree track temperature right now under a partly cloudy sky. The ambient temperature staying about the same as we're working lap number 17.
17 to go.
17 to go. 17. Wow.
I think, what is it? We're working lap number 28. Something like that.
Absolutely. So we want to thank everybody for joining us here live in your homes, on your phones, wherever you may be watching. Here in just a few moments' time, you'll be able to catch the SNN Truck Series racing action.
Oh, and Truth Hope put down a screamer last lap. 119.86. Just about 4/10 off of his fastest lap. And he is just reeling in, Troy Thomas.
119.86 is 4 tenths off of his fastest lap. And he is just reeling in, Troy Thomas.
119.86. Just about 4/10 off of his fastest lap. And he is just reeling in, Troy Thomas. 119.86. Just about 4/10 off of his fastest lap. And he is just reeling in, Troy Thomas.
Absolutely. As we got 16 laps to go. 16 in the book, or 16 laps left in this one. Truce Hoke running down Troy Thomas's teammate as these guys practice all week, and Troy Thomas is in danger of falling off the podium right now. But what would that mean for Troy Thomas if he could, if he surrenders third to Truce Hoke with 16 laps to go?
Hard to say. I wonder if anybody is, if some of the earlier stoppers might be a little bit close on fuel. I don't think so. No, they should all be fine on fuel. We've seen some of these drivers go to lap 24.
Yeah, you got Kirby Wainscott, Justin Branhan. They're both on pit road right now. Jesse Fox has had his fun meter pegged. Nathan Strauss has had his fun meter pegged after running only 5 laps and putting it on the hauler. So Nathan Strauss will be our winner to the race of the beer stand.
I gotta give Kirby a lot of credit for just being out there and turning laps and sticking with it, keeping on. Oh, Truth Hook right on the bumper of Troy Thomas in front of him. And we just got a lot of cloud cover.
Yeah, and that could bode well. That could go either way. That could either bode well for, Andrew Tuft, or it could not bode well for Andrew Tuft.
Based on the track temp we saw earlier, I think that everybody is going to be excited to see a little bit of shade.
And you're not wrong there.
Andrew Tuft and Sean Dunaway still clicking off those 119 lap times.
Here we are getting it done. With 14 laps left in the books here. Andrew Tuft out to a 6.5 second lead over Sean Dunaway. Sean Dunaway, there's the eyeball test. Wow, it has essentially gotten real cloudy here in Sonoma.
Certainly has. And I don't know, if you check on the weather, I think we had a track temp of 102 earlier. That's come down 5 degrees already. I'm seeing a track temp of 97.
I'm showing 96, but close.
Ah, yeah, it dropped another since I looked at it.
It's all good, buddy.
It's cooling off pretty quick.
Right now, as we're going to shift over to take that away. 13 laps to go. And I got to do this.
Further back, Dennis Kane is trying to reel in Lee Campbell as Lee Campbell tries to reel in Rob Yost Jr. Three-way battle in about 2 seconds between the three of them on track. Further back, Kirby Wainscott sets a personal best lap time of 1:24.56. Dennis Kane getting real close to Lee Campbell. Now with 12 laps to go, anything can happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 11 laps to go. Andrew Tuft continues to lead here with almost 7 seconds over Sean Dunaway. There is Andrew Tuft right there.
I think the closest battle on track right now is Lee Campbell's. Oh, I think that might have been Kirby Wainscott that looped it around in front of them. Oh my goodness, and there's a battle brewing in turn 11.
Yeah, 10 laps left to go. Sean Dunaway, he continues to run second, 7 seconds back, while Andrew Tuft continues to run away with it. Coming to get 9 laps to go. Truth Hope currently mired back here in that 4th position. I mean, Colin, is this essentially a race for, I don't know, second?
I don't want to say it's a race for second, but the battle for third is on.
Well, you just say that. Here comes Truth Hoke and Troy Thomas. These guys are definitely going to be battling. Here's the eyeball test as we're going to look from the rear deck lid of Troy Thomas there. North Carolina getting ready to go at it. As we're coming down to 9 laps to go, we're getting down to the nitty gritty of this one. There's the eyeball test. Alex Tuft on pit road. Nine laps to go. Alex Tuft either had a lot of damage or couldn't make it. Colin, this is one of those weird pit roads.
It's an interesting one. Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, this is insane. Right now, Andrew Tuft has put 7.5 seconds over Sean Dunaway. Then you got Troy Thomas. He's back there in third, hanging on to that final podium spot. And here comes True Toke, getting ready to put on the hairnet and serve lunch. Now, Troy Thomas is actually pulled away from True Toke by about 2 seconds in some spots.
Yeah, there was, less than half a second between them, less than 10 laps ago. So maybe Truth's either overdriven those tires a little bit, or Troy's got something sorted out and can get away from him.
Here at 8 laps time after this race, if you want more truck racing action, go ahead and join Dave Regal and company over on the SRM family of racing, as he will be bringing you all the action from Homestead Miami Speedway, as he was just there over the weekend and had a blast. And I actually had the pleasure of FaceTiming Dave Regal over the weekend, and well, if he had a chance, I'm sure if he had the choice, he would move to warm Miami, Florida, instead of being mired up there in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
He loves Philly.
I mean, look, you can still love Philly from Miami, okay? Just a little warmer.
No, we've been having some pretty great weather over here, actually.
Look, in the Midwest, it's about 86 degrees during the daytime. But the bottom's going to fall out with some rainfall tomorrow and pretty much the rest of the week.
I would love to see some rain on the East Coast right now. I think it's been about a month since we've had any rain.
Well, until I've been there, the East Coast does not exist.
Hey, man, it's here. It's here, and it's you're more than welcome to stop by anytime, man.
I mean, what's a guy from the Midwest going to do on the East Coast?
Big block modifieds, man. You know that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. And, I mean, if you're looking for good racing action this weekend, you can go check out some Fortune Sprint Car at Bridgeport over the weekend. As you're going to see a lot of the PA Posse guys entering that one. Check out Bridgeport if you get a chance to, if you're in New Jersey. But Sean Dunaway here has essentially been eating away ever so slightly at that lead that Andrew Tuft has with 7 laps to go. Now, Andrew Tuft has essentially put his truck on cruise control. But we're going to stay with
the best place for it to be.
I mean, look, he's out for a Tuesday night drive. Tomorrow night, though, Colin, we can join Angel Santiago and Troy Thomas as they bring you all the action from the Racers Elite Xfinity Series. Once again, programming note, if you're looking for the Racers Elite Next Gen Series, well, I'll be watching Hocus Pocus 2 with my wife on Halloween. I don't know if you've ever seen the Hocus Pocus movies, but they're not bad. And
I have not, but I've heard they're great. I've heard better than not bad, Alan.
Well, I tell you what, Hocus Pocus 2 came out when you was a little guy. Or Hocus Pocus 1. So we got 6 laps left to go in this one. My wife doesn't know yet, but we're gonna watch Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 on Halloween. She just doesn't know yet. Nice. I mean, look, there's no racing going on. Everybody's gonna be trick or treating, so a chance. Well,
there's some racing going on right now, Alan, and it is Truth Hoke on Troy Thomas.
A little truth on Troy action,
dude. TNT, man, and it's explosive.
5 laps to go, 5 landings and the air for Andrew Tuft there in that number 98.
Oh, Truth gets very aggressive into turn 11. Oh, right up on the bumper.
Yeah, but look how much he caught him, though.
Yep.
Ladies and
As
gentlemen,
much as I respect Andrew for being out in the lead, this is the spicy action on track right now.
like spicy as in Chipotle spicy or spicy as in Taco Bell spicy? Neither one
I
of
don't
those are going to
know
leave you in
if
good
either
spots.
of them are spicy enough for this.
Well, I mean, I can tell you right now, none of those spots, none of those places are going to leave you in a good spot. It's going to be spicy going in and spicy coming out. As Andrew Duff is now, he's going to grab 4 laps to go this time by. If True Toke's going to make his move, it's going to be right now.
Hensley Smith has moved in on Lee Campbell. Lee Campbell was moving in on Dennis Kane, but Hensley Smith has moved in on Lee Campbell.
I like the battle there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Lee Campbell's not going to fight that one.
I mean, there's no choice. There's no reason to. He obviously knows that. He knows that Kinsley Smith is obviously fast enough, or faster than him.
It was going to happen eventually.
So here's the thing about Kinsley Smith and Lee Campbell. Those guys are so respectable when they race around each other.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, back at the ranch, I want to touch one more time here on Andrew Tuft. He has now opened up an effective 7.5 second lead over Sean Dunaway, Troy Thomas, and True Toke. Oh boy. Run, Troy, run.
Oh my goodness. And Truth Oak has had 10, 15 laps back there studying every move that Troy Thomas has made, trying to figure out where's the spot that I'm stronger.
Well, he's definitely making up a lot of time coming through the S's. Troy Thomas. Troy Thomas is definitely getting the better run off of turn 11. Here we go. Oh boy, that made me nervous because True Toke had a run. I mean, I know they're.
He's been doing that each time they've been getting into turn 11, and he just. I don't know that he's really trying to make the pass happen there as much as he is trying to get Troy Thomas to overdrive it.
I mean, I know they're teammates and all, but True Toke has to consider using the bumper. Look, I know they're teammates.
A very respectful driver on track. It's a pleasure driving with him anytime.
I like it. So right now, here we are at the top of the hill. Troy Thomas is pulling True Toke. If True Toke wants to be on that podium, he's gotta put the bumper to him. I hate to say it, I would expect the same thing out of my teammates. I mean, it's just hard racing.
It is indeed.
Here we go. 2 laps left to go. Popsicle sticks are in the air for Andrew Tuft. He's going to come around and get 2 laps to go. Troy Thomas, and that opened the door for Truce. Oh, for 2 to go. That was just a distraction, just enough of a distraction. Oh, we got to go back and watch that one more time.
Was Troy Thomas, was he just looking in the mirror a little bit too long?
Here it is, right here. And the truck's going to get really upset and just drives it right. I mean, just hits the rumble strips, and that's an off-track offense. So he's got to give that time up. And
that's a spot on track that I actually struggled with when I turned some laps earlier. The truck does kind of get tight right there. It just kind of plows towards that outside line. And Truth Hoke's patience really paid off this race.
Truth Hoke struggled all week in practice here on his road course. He practiced, kept at it, and here he is, riding in that 3rd position. Meanwhile, coming down, Popsicle sticks are in the air. Popsicle sticks go down. As Andrew Tuft's going to bring it out to turn 11. Popsicle 6 go down. White flag comes out. We were racing back to checkers. Final time around for Andrew Tuft. Sean Dunaway continues to run about 5.5 seconds back. Where this is the battle right now. As these guys are coming down to that last final turn. Did Troy Thomas burn his tires off, trying to outrun Truth Hoke?
A little bit further back, we see Dennis Kane trying to get a run on Rob Yost Jr.
Yeah, this is a battle for that, that 6th position here. As Dennis Kane might not be able to catch Andrew Tuft. Andrew Tuft's coming down through the S's, though.
They've got a lap to make it happen.
As here comes Andrew Tuft coming into the S's, coming out of the S's. Down to turn number 11. For the one final time, Andrew Tuft back to turn 11 one last time. And Andrew Tuft will win here in Sonoma with the Racers Elite Truck Series with a 5.5 second lead over Sean Dunaway.
Great drive from Andrew.
Sean Dunaway is going to cross the line second. Truth Hoke brings it out to turn number 11. He's going to round out your podium here tonight. I mean, you got to give a shout out to Truth Hoke there in that number 55 truck. I mean, he absolutely worked his tail off, but nonetheless, Andrew Tuft will win here in Sonoma here tonight. And I mean, look, Dylan.
Oh, and Alex Tuft is blown up in turn 11.
Let's go back here. Oh, wow.
Oh, no, he blew up before turn 11.
Let's go back and watch what happened here.
It's going to put Rob Yost Jr. across the line in 6th, Dennis Kane in 7th.
So here we are. Coming out of the S's. And, I believe, let's go back just a little bit further. I believe there's an incident a little bit earlier on. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so now we're going to come down through the S's. And we're going to loop it around.
Oh.
And
That's all it takes.
that's all it takes, and the motor has left the chat.
Looks like he's still had a little bit left to get going again.
Well, I mean, it's Alt Control Delete, and we're about to really see it leave the chat here in just 1 second. Here we go. Yep, that motor has left the chat right there.
That's too bad. Looks like
Well,
Andrew
we're gonna
Tuft's
watch
coming back around to burn it down.
Andrew Tuft's going to burn it down. We're going to go ahead and get our podium into the booth here tonight.
Oh.
There we go. Find out where I'm at. Okay, here we go. I'm in House Springs. Well, we'll just do it like this then. Oh, okay. And look at you. We are going to go ahead and talk to our winner here. Moving Andrew Tuft. Andrew Tuft winning here in Sonoma with a 5-second lead. Take us through that. Take us through that race and how you made that one happen.
Yeah, I just tried to keep it clean, try to keep all four wheels on the track, and that can be an accomplishment in itself at times. And just stay out of trouble with lap traffic, that sort of thing. Wasn't sure if fuel mileage was going to come into play. I don't think it really did, from what I could tell. Was wondering if some people might have to two-stop it, but seemed like everybody kind of one-stop it. And yeah, once I got by Troy and Sean there at the start, I just tried to keep control and maintain a gap and not use up my stuff too early and give it away like I've been doing lately. So it's nice to see it one off.
Yeah, well, I last year, usually you run one road course a season. Last year it was Canadian Tire, Blair Hollerman, and you probably had the race of the year at that road course. And after that one, you were kicking yourself. Is it kind of like a redemption run tonight on these road courses? Because you're one of those drivers that just typically excels on these road courses.
Yeah, I love Canadian Tire, so I thought about that one for a while. Yeah, I was trying to fuel save that race and clutched it and spun myself, but I didn't even need to. So I was kicking myself for a while. But yeah, it's nice to win one of these. I've been close a whole bunch of times. My goal going into them usually is just to keep all four wheels on the track, and if you can do that, you got a pretty good chance at the top five. So normally around there. I figured one of these times I'd luck out and maybe be the quickest one, and that's today.
All right. Well, before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you want to thank that helped get you here tonight?
Yeah, SRM for putting on the show. Everybody that tunes in to watch and shows up to race, our servicemen and women, my family, for letting me invest the time in this. And if anybody's interested in checking us out, head on over to racerselite.com. And I want to say congrats to Sean. That was a really nice run. Same thing with Truth, both of them. They're going to get a win one of these days.
Yep. Well, Andrew, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week at Rockingham.
Thanks, guys.
And that was Andrew Tuft, the chief cook and bottle washer here at Racers Elite. Next up, Colin, you're going to have with you Sean Dunaway.
Hello.
Sean Dunaway, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Could you go over with us that move you made on Troy Thomas in I believe it's turn 3A over the hill? That is probably my move of the race tonight.
Yeah, I didn't actually expect him to slip up. I was just kind of running my preferred line. He did slip up. I took advantage of it where I could, and luckily I made it stick. I almost locked up the tires though in that one really hard turn before the S's. So I almost slipped it up, but luckily I was able to drive away there.
Yeah, that was a great battle that we had the pleasure of watching for quite a while. They managed to come away on top of that.
Yeah, for sure. That first run, I was definitely messing up a lot. I was just overdriving every corner, really locking up the tires all over the place. But that second run, I calmed down. I took every corner the way I'm supposed to, slowed down the car, and it really paid off at the end there.
It was a fun one to watch for sure. How was the track as the shade came out, as the cloud cover hit?
I didn't really notice it too much. I feel like maybe it got a bit more slippery because I just couldn't feel the car underneath me like pretty much the whole race until I guess that second run where the sun did come out. But yeah, I don't know. It was very, very slippery at first, and then I finally got it together there.
Fair enough. Well, it was a fun one to watch. Do you have anybody to shout out for getting you here tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to thank my wife, my stepdad and mom for always watching, and then my cats for always trying to ruin my race.
Thanks for coming out. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Yep, thank you.
Hope to see you again.
Yep, see ya.
And up next, certainly last but certainly not least, the driver that that double nickel, Truth Hoke. Truth, man,
What's up?
if you could only finish 2 spots better. I felt Colin that you had struggled all week on this road course, and
Mm-hmm.
you finally nailed it. And I told Colin, I said, look, I said him and Troy are teammates, but if I'm Truth, you almost got to put the bumper to Troy, and he goes sliding right off the track, and you were right there to take us through that when he slides off the racetrack, and you take advantage there with about 4 laps to go.
Oh, I was happy to run fourth. I got a top 5 out of this. I'm happy. And then when he slid off the track, it's like, ooh, maybe I got third now. All right, I'll get interviewed. Yes, I got this.
Go ahead.
Oh, I said, I got this. Then it was like, well, he'll get me back here. I'll screw up. Yeah, but I did.
Yeah, you're a true testament of definitely of practice pays off, and I know you've run a ton of laps here, and you struggled here, but next week we go to the races coming up next week is Rockingham and then Gateway, and then Truth, me and you are hitting the dirt, buddy.
Oh gosh, I'm just going to be there for that one,
Well,
so I don't get fined.
look, me and you were gonna practice. We're gonna get on the Eldora dirt, and probably by the weekend. So I hope you're ready. I'm gonna teach you how to dirt race. We're gonna make you
All right.
fast.
All right, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to it.
Look, Truth, you ever watch Yellowstone?
Yes, sir.
Remember when they sent Jimmy down to the 4-6s to turn him into a cowboy?
Yes.
We're gonna turn you into a dirt racer.
Well, I wouldn't be, really holding my breath on that one. Like tonight, even a blind hog can find a acorn here and there.
I love it. Before we get you out of here, is there anybody that you'd like to thank to help get you here tonight?
I just like to thank my wife for letting me do this, and my team of outsiders, Troy and all the guys. I just like to thank all of them. Andrew for putting it on, and for SRM and you guys for broadcasting. Can't wait to watch it back.
Well, it was definitely entertaining, and you certainly did, get the job done here tonight, placing third, scoring at third place position. But we'll see you at Rockingham next week, and Gateway here in a couple weeks.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And that was our teammate, Truth Hoke, out of the Outsiders Racing stable. And Colin, we put another one here in the books. As we're going to go ahead and hide that. Let's go ahead and take one final look at the race results here. There you are, Andrew Tuft scoring the win here. Sean Dunaway finishes second. Truth Hoke rounding out your podium. Troy Thomas finishes fourth. Kyle Hessler round out the top 5. Finishing 6th position will be Rob Yost Jr. with Dennis Kane finishing 7th. Kinsley Smith will finish 8th, while Lee Campbell will finish 9th. Rowan Lloyd out of Hudson, Illinois, he will finish 10th. Alex Stutz will finish 11th after the engine left the chat on the last lap, while Philip Archibald will finish 12th. Kirby Wainscott will finish 13th. 14th to go to, I'm going to hide that because we're not interviewing anybody. Kirby Wainscott will go to 13th. 14th to go to Justin Branham. Jesse Fox will finish 15th. Nathan Strauss, he will win the race to the beer stand, while Papa Sean Merriman will finish 17th, not taking the green flag. Colin, it's been fun. It's been real. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of real. I cannot wait to see you next week on Tuesday night once again for another installment on the Racers Elite Truck Series. I will be back in the truck at Eldora and at Gateway. Those are my next 2 scheduled starts with the series. But for now,
I can't wait to see you on dirt.
get ready because it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm actually going to practice here over the weekend. I'm going to set up a lobby for from the Outsiders teammates, but from all of us here at SRM and the Racers Elite. I'm Alan Bergen. This is Sean, or not Sean, but Colin McDonough, and you've been watching the Racers Elite Truck Series. And Colin, as we walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.